Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today on my channel, we are going to be testing out a new product by McGrath Labs, and it is their Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation. I mean, watch this. How pretty is this, guys? This is gorgeous. So let's go try it out. If you are new to my channel, every Tuesday I do a wear test video testing out a different foundation or concealer are typically my ones. Every once in a while I branch out to a different product. I am 46 years old. I have combination oily skin type. I have redness and pores that are noticeable, and I have a lot of texture to my skin. So those are all the main things that I work to reduce on my skin when I'm applying a foundation or a product. We are going to give this a try out. We are going to apply it together. I will put on the rest of my makeup. Then I will show you swatches. Keep in mind, I am not at my normal house with all of my makeup. I only have one product to swatch against here for you guys. And then I will also show it to you in daylight, in direct sunlight. I will do a flash test on it, and I will come back at 5 and 10 hours and then give you my final thoughts. So let's jump into trying this all on. Brand new product, not even out of the packaging. This is the McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation in the color 11 Light Medium. She has really cute packaging. Like, how cute is that? Her products are on the pricier side. This kind of reminds me of a Tom Ford. I'm gonna do half my face with a sponge and half, oh, it's a pump. I half expected, I think I felt like this feels like an Estee Lauder double wear type thing. Ooh, okay, it's thinner than I expected. That's like a pump and a half. One went splattering. What did I just do with my sponge? There it is. All right, starting out with the brush. I like to start out with the brush. Color's a decent match. Looks good. If you hear MJ over there, he's doing his online Taekwondo class. During all of this quarantine, they do that online. He did like his belt test online. So, okay, back to this. I mean, the coverage is nice. I'm not noticing a scent, which is really good because I know a lot of people, it doesn't bother me, but I know a lot of people do not like scent in their products. I mean, the difference between these two sides is pretty impressive. Feels very lightweight, and I've still got a lot of product left. Oh, I just put it on this. I did not mean to put it on this, darn it. I meant to put that on my sponge. Oh well, I'll just use what's here. All right, now we'll go to the sponge, the Beauty Blender. It's not as much coverage with the sponge. You can see that difference. It definitely does not get you that same coverage as the brush, but it's still getting there. It's just like building it a little bit more with the sponge. Whereas with the brush, I didn't need to build it as much. It dries really nicely and quickly. It's funny because I'm usually much more of a sponge person. I mean, I like both. I'm just touching up some areas that need to be blended together. The sponge blends it better, but it takes a little bit more to build it up. But both go on very nicely. I mean, I'm pretty impressed with this. It looks very, very, very pretty. I mean, and that pump and a half was all I used. That's impressive to me on its own because generally I'm like a 2-pump kind of girl. Don't have a lot of color right now, so my neck is a little bit blotchy looking to me. I don't know if that translates on screen or not. Just making sure I have all these areas touched up. All right, I'm gonna let this sit for a second and then we'll do a side-by-side before and after. I just realized after I put my blush on, I didn't do any setting powder. This foundation dries down to a really nice finish that I didn't even realize that I didn't do setting powder. putting the setting powder on mostly so that I can test it dead against everything else that I normally do. All right, guys, we are all done. This is what it looks like. I mean, I'm pretty impressed with it. I didn't really know much about this foundation, to be honest with you, before I tried it on, but I am really liking it. It looks very natural on, it looks very healthy on. It does not feel heavy. It does not feel cakey. I'm pretty impressed with this, guys. I am really, really, really liking it. That's impressive. Like, sorry, I forgot my gloss. Foundations, typically, I like right away. But this one, I mean, I will say the sponge side, I had to work with it a little bit more, but this side is very nice, good coverage, not too heavy of a coverage. I would say this is definitely a medium coverage foundation, 100%. It is not a full coverage. You can maybe build it up a little bit like I did in some of the areas, but it is a good medium coverage foundation, very healthy looking, and I'm excited to see how this lasts throughout the day. Okay, taking a look at this out in some bright natural light. We don't usually get a flash here when I try this, but we'll see. Oh, it did go off, so good. There is no flashback on this, not even a little bit. All right, let's go look in a dark area and see. Okay, guys, in a little bit darker of an area here, we're gonna take a picture with a flash. See how this one turns out. Still no flashback, which is really, really impressive. I always get flashback on foundations, and this I am not seeing at all. Let's go look at it out in bright sunlight. All right, guys, taking a look at this out in some bright sunlight. I mean, really bright sunlight today. Hoping that this does not look cakey or dry or settled into fine lines. This is some bright sunlight today. Hopefully the color's matching too. It looked like it matched when I put it on, but here's hoping. This one's impressive so far. 5-hour check-in. Guys, this is holding up really well. I thought at first, sometimes when foundations go on, I have this, feeling of just how they go on, that they might not last throughout the day. And this one is holding up. It wore off a little bit through here, but that was because I actually wiped my lipstick off when I was eating lunch. It settled into the skin nicely. It has not broken down along my hairline. It settled a little bit right around the nose, but that actually, I brought my concealer down there. Now that I say that, that's probably the concealer. It's doing pretty darn good, guys. I'm impressed with this at 5 hours, so I'm excited to see where it goes at 10 hours and see how it holds up. Okay, I want to mention real quick, I noticed I have some flaking right here, which is by no fault of the foundation, and it's flaking. It's from the Retin-A I'm using, and I'm flaking a little bit through there, but that is not due to the foundation. I just wanted to make sure I mentioned that. All right, taking a look at these swatches. This is the Osmosis, and it is the Performance Wear Satin Foundation in the color Natural Medium. And then this one right here is the one we're testing out today, which is the Pat McGrath, the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation. Sorry, it's a lot to say. In the color number 11, Light Medium. They are very, very similar in color. Very, very, very similar. This one might have a little bit more of a golden undertone to it, but super, super, super similar. We're gonna take a look at it in natural lighting too. All right, so looking at them in natural daylight, this one has a little bit more of a beige undertone to it. This one has a little bit more of, I guess you would call it a yellow undertone, but it really, these two are very, very, very similar on them as far as my skin tone and how they match up. 10-hour check-in. I'll tell you, I am pretty darn impressed with this. I had a little bit of patchiness here, but that wasn't based on the foundation. That was strictly based on the fact that I had been using a retinol product here, and that's where I peel when I use that, sometimes the night before. But it did not break down on my forehead. I mean, if I'm really nitpicking, I can see a little bit of separation just where I've touched. It stayed around this area. It looks really good. It stayed well. I have a couple breakouts. They still look like they're covered. My eyes are red and irritated now because it's halfway through the day and I'm tired and I've been working on the computer. But the foundation itself lived up to what I hoped of it. So let's talk a little bit about that, because this is a pricey foundation. This is probably one of the pricier foundations. Typically, like my high end is $60 and this one was $68. That is going over what typical high-end foundation is, especially considering I personally didn't know anything about this brand and had never tried anything by them before. The packaging is absolutely stunning, absolutely gorgeous. The product itself is very, very, very nice. Now, I will be 100% honest. If I had to choose between the two, I would go with my Osmosis foundation over that one. I do enjoy this. I think it is very, very pretty. I will use it. I think it photographs one of the best foundations I've ever photographed in. It is photographs absolutely gorgeous. It wore well. The color matched very well. I think this is a very nice foundation. My kicker is that price, man. That is the hard part. Is it $68? This was like $40, even $50. I'd be like, yes, 100%. To be honest, the easiest way to say it is if you are a foundation junkie, yes, 100%, you will love this, you will try this, you will enjoy this. If you are not a foundation junkie, you are not someone that wants to try the newest, greatest, whatever, you don't want to play with different types, you just want to find that one tried and true, I mean, it is good, but it's not, wow, oh my gosh. The biggest things for me, it stayed on all day through 10 hours. That is huge. That does not happen with 70% of the foundations I try out. So it did stay. That part is amazing. The finish is nice. I like the finish. I like that. The coverage is decent. I'm going to continue to play with this. If you want to know how I play with this and like when I'm trying it or different ways I try it, I do talk about it over my Instagram. So if you are interested, go follow me over there. I will post my name right here. It's the same as here, Lisa SCO9 for my Instagram. But this is tough. This is tough because I really, really like it. I will continue to use it. I really enjoy it. I like the color match. That price is just, that's a tough pill to swallow. It is a very, very good foundation. It is better than most I have tried. I'll even say that. It is in probably the top 10 foundations I have ever tried. It's actually probably in the top 5 foundations I have ever tried. However, that price brings it down for me. It makes it so it's not as great. It's like in my head, like, is it really as good as that price point? And I don't truly think it is worth, honestly, probably 60. I would be not even bringing this up. Something about that 68. It is way too close to 70. That's a lot for something like this. I mean, I really do enjoy it. I will continue to use it, but that is a hard pill to swallow on this. So I hope this review gave you some clarity. If you were interested in this product, I hope this showed you a little bit of how it went on, how it wore through the day, how it did in photos, out in sunlight, and whether or not you want to pay the $68 for it will be something you will have to decide. So I hope you guys found this wear test helpful on this product. If you have any questions, as always, please post them down in the comments. And thank you so much for watching and sticking with me. Have a great day, guys. Bye.